All right, we're gonna do a flight test here. We've got, here it is. We've got your camera mounted right in the front. Fonzie, this is how I mount my cameras on here. What I'm doing is a Velcro with foam in between that and the frame. That's what cuts out the vibration and the jello. And of course, I've got it unfolded here and ready to rock. Got your DX6i here. So we're gonna give it a flight test, do a return to home test and a GPS, like aerial photography style flying test, and then an attitude test. And then I'll show you an upward acceleration test in manual mode. So we'll go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling here. You want to turn on your transmitter first, of course, just like your helis, and then go ahead and plug in. Let it beep, and then what you got right here is, you can see you got the LED indicator, and what you're getting here is green for GPS, and it's looking for satellites when it beeps red like that. And then, like, if I flick this into attitude mode, it'll be orange and red, 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 orange, red, red, red. So I'll put it back into GPS mode. And what we're waiting for here is it's looking for all the satellites possible. And so what we're actually looking for is just green, green, green. And when you've got the multiple green like that in a row, that means it's recorded the GPS location for intelligent orientation lock. Okay, so anytime after that green, 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 you can pretty much rock and roll. Here we go. Back on here. Got 6 minutes set on the timer. It's perfect. I'm going to start the timer, and you want to go ahead and give it, if you don't give it gas within the first few seconds there, it will stop. So you want to push them both into the middle and then give it some gas like this. Okay, what it's doing here, it'll float around a little bit while it's looking for its satellites, but as you can see, it's floating around just a tad. Okay, but there we go. It's pretty much grabbed its location. There's a little bit of a wind, not too much. See, not too much. It'll bring itself back up. Okay, so we'll go ahead and this is in GPS mode. This would be for like slow aerial photography type work. Nice and easy, very, very stable. Oh my goodness, that is smooth. Look at this. We'll hold the control out here, and she is doing a beautiful job. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so we'll bring her down here just a little bit. And you see it takes just barely any movement to get her to do what you want. Okay. Alright, we'll try attitude mode now. What we're going to do is we're going to flick it into attitude mode. So that's this switch here. It's in GPS here. If you switch this back, it'll go into manual. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flick this forward. Okay, it'll move, it'll drift now, but that's because it'll just hold its attitude or its altitude, but it will not hold its GPS location. But it is more aggressive, as you can see. Much more aggressive. Okay, and so then what we do is we flick it back into GPS mode, and you'll see it catch itself, and now it's holding its GPS location. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it down. Okay, take a look at the timer. It's 3 minutes 22 seconds left. So what we're going to do now, what we're going to do is we're going to go out here and test return to home. It's in GPS mode right now. And so let's just say it loses communication with the transmitter. So let's just pretend it does that. This is your return to home switch. We're gonna flick right here. So click that. Now you can see I don't have control of the craft anymore at all. So what it's gonna do now is it's gonna raise up about 20 feet. And if you're familiar with the DJI Phantom at all, that's exactly what it does. It's gonna bring itself back over here. And we started right over here. So it's pretty close. As you can see, I'm not controlling it at all. And it's doing all of this all on its own. Like I say, if you're familiar with the Phantom or the NASA system at all, that's of course what it does. Got some birds up there that I think it's kind of neat. It's gonna drop itself 15 feet every few seconds. That should land right about there where we took off, so let's just see how she does. Motors will quit after a few seconds. That was by flicking this switch. You can see it's flashing orange. Flashing orange. And that means that it's in fail-safe mode. So like I say, it's still gonna bring itself down. It's gonna land. There we go. Cuts the motors off. Now, as you can see, it's still flashing down there. So if I flick this back up, and then I'll go flick the GPS and manual, and then back up. What I've got here now is I can start it. I have control. And we're back to business. And we're in GPS mode again. So we're gonna go in upward acceleration real quick here to show you a manual acceleration upward. So what we do is we flick this here into manual mode. Now this you wanna be careful with. I'll show you upward acceleration. There, hold on. The wind will take it. I switched it back. Hold on. If you ever get into where manual mode feels like you lost control, switch to GPS real quick. That's this switch. So we'll flick it back. Here we go. We'll go up. So it's got a lot of pull upward, and it's a fun mode to fly in, but it's hard. But when you get good, you're gonna love it. Bring it back down, and we'll bring it back over to us. Corrects very well, does an excellent job. That is smooth. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna land it here. We'll just kill the power like that, and what'll happen now is it just stops. And then we go ahead and pull this here, just like that, and transmitter. And that's it. I'll post a video tonight, hopefully of LED flight if I can. Either way, I didn't mount the LEDs on this trip here just to save weight, to kind of just improve my battery times. But anyway, that's the first flight test there of your X Quad. So Fonzie, let me know if you have any questions, and you're gonna love this thing. Awesome.